Picture this. You walk into a dealership. The salesman is friendly. The car smells like leather and ambition. He slides a piece of paper across the desk. We can get you into this for just $1,000 a month. Just $1,000 a month. And somehow, that sounds reasonable. That is the trick. That is the entire trick. And today, we are going to pull it apart piece by piece until you can never unhear what I am about to tell you. Because that $1,000 payment, it is not costing you $1,000. It is costing you closer to $4,000 every single month. And no, that is not a typo. Here's the backdrop you need to understand why this conversation is happening right now. The average new car price in the United States sits just over $48,000. The average monthly car payment has crossed $735 for new vehicles, and for the first time in history, a meaningful portion of buyers, real people, not outliers, are signing up for payments of $1,000 or more per month. $1,000 for a car. To put that in context, that is more than the average American pays in rent in several U.S. states. It is more than some people's mortgages. And yet, millions of people are signing these contracts every year, nodding their heads and driving off the lot feeling like they got a deal. They did not get a deal. What they got was a masterclass in financial misdirection. And the math, the real math, is hiding in plain sight. Let us start at the beginning. How does a $48,000 car become a $1,000 a month payment in the first place? Simple. You stretch the loan. 10 years ago, the standard car loan was 48 months, 4 years. You bought a car, you paid it off, you were done. Then it became 60 months, then 72. Now, 84-month loans, that's 7 years, are not unusual. Some lenders are quietly pushing 96 months, 8 years to pay off a car. Here's the cruel math. A $45,000 car loan at 7% interest over 84 months gives you a payment of roughly $680 a month. That sounds manageable, but stretch it out long enough, add a bigger vehicle, tack on some dealer add-ons, and yes, $1,000 a month is entirely achievable. The payment is low because the timeline is long, not because the car is affordable. There's a critical difference there. Most people never notice it. Now here's where the first layer of hidden cost appears. On that same $45,000 loan at 7% over 84 months, you'll pay roughly $12,000 in interest alone over the life of the loan. $12,000 just for the privilege of borrowing the money. So the car that's stickered at $45,000 actually costs you $57,000 by the time you write the final check. But that's still not the $4,000 number. We are not done yet. Because here's what most financial calculators will never tell you. The actual cost of a purchase is not just what you pay, it's also what you could have done with that money instead. Economists call this opportunity cost. It sounds academic. It is actually devastating. Follow me here because this is the part that changes how you see every major purchase for the rest of your life. Let's say you're 30 years old. You sign up for a $1,000 a month car payment. You drive that car for 7 years, pay it off, then immediately finance a new one because that's what the industry is designed to get you to do. Then another one after that. You spend the next 35 years until retirement at 65 cycling through car payments. That's $420,000 in raw payments before interest, before insurance, before maintenance. Now here's the uncomfortable version of that same story. What if instead, at age 30, you bought a reliable used car for $15,000 cash and invested that $1,000 a month into a basic index fund, earning the historical market average of roughly 7% annually? Over 35 years, you would have accumulated somewhere between $1.5 and $1.8 million. Read that again. The difference between a $1,000 car payment and a sensible used car is, over a working lifetime, the difference between an ordinary retirement and genuine financial independence. That's the real cost. That's the $4,000 number, because when you account for the compounding return you are sacrificing, every $1,000 payment functionally costs you 3 to 4 times that in long-term wealth. The dealership never shows you that column on their spreadsheet. Funny how that works. Now, the industry has an answer for all of this, and it sounds very reasonable. They'll tell you that a car is a necessity, that you need reliable transportation to get to work, to live your life, to function in modern society, that spending on a vehicle is not frivolous, it's practical. And they're not entirely wrong. But there's a significant distance between a car is necessary and a $60,000 SUV with a heated steering wheel and ambient lighting is necessary. That gap, from functional to aspirational, is where the industry lives. It's where the marketing budgets go. It's why car commercials never show a price. They show mountains, freedom, and a beautiful family laughing on a road trip. They're not selling you transportation. They're selling you an identity. An identity is surprisingly expensive. The average car spends 95% of its life sitting still. It depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot, typically losing 20% of its value in the first year alone. By year 5, it's lost almost half its purchase price. You're paying $1,000 a month for an asset that is actively, aggressively losing value every single day you own it. Compare that to a house, which at least has a theoretical chance of appreciating, or a stock portfolio, which has a proven historical record of growing. A car does the opposite. It's a liability wearing the costume of an asset. The industry knows this. They just hope you don't think about it for too long. Here's where this story gets genuinely interesting. This is not just a financial personal problem, it's a structural one. The entire American car ownership model was designed around a specific set of post-war economic assumptions: cheap credit, cheap gas, suburban sprawl, and the idea that personal vehicles were a symbol of prosperity and freedom. Some of those assumptions are still true, some have quietly expired. What has not expired is the financing infrastructure built around them. Banks make enormous profits on auto loans. Dealers make enormous profits on financing. The entire system benefits from you thinking about the monthly payment and nothing else. There's even a term for it in the industry. It's called payment packing. The salesman is trained, literally trained, to anchor your attention to the monthly number while quietly adjusting the loan term, the interest rate, and the add-ons behind the scenes to maximize their margin. You walk in saying you can afford $800 a month. They hear, "I'll sign whatever makes the number say $800. And the vehicle price, the loan term, the interest rate, those become levers they control, not you. Understanding this doesn't mean you should never buy a new car. It means you should walk into that conversation armed with the full picture: total price, total interest, opportunity cost, all of it. Because the dealership is running every number except the ones that actually matter to you. So what's the takeaway? It's not never buy a nice car. That's too simple and slightly condescending. The real takeaway is this: the $1,000 payment feels affordable because it was designed to feel affordable. The math was engineered, the terms were calibrated, the entire experience was architected to get a specific number into a specific box on a specific monthly budget. And it works. It works extraordinarily well. The question worth sitting with, the one that doesn't have an easy answer, is this: if someone handed you $1.5 million at retirement, would you trade it for the car you're currently driving? Most people, if they were honest, would say no. But most people are making exactly that trade right now, without realizing it, without anyone telling them. And that, more than the interest rate, more than the depreciation, more than the loan term, that's the real cost of a $1,000 car payment. It's not the money you spend, it's the future you quietly give away. If you want to see what your specific car payment is actually costing you over time, the math is in the description. Run your own numbers. It's worth 5 minutes of your life. And if this changed how you think about the next car decision, even a little, you know what to do.